New Dark Racial. Yeah.
It's time for you to clean those fingernails because it's the Monday episode, boy.
New Dark Racial.
It's DRH in the morning, afternoon, or twilight. Whenever you listen to it, it's episode 5,006,000. Enjoy it.
Plus an in-depth review of Napoleon Dynamite, an instant classic. Gets better with age.
And I enjoy what they make. That got me all up in my fucking bag, dog. It's time to pod like it's 1999 and you just invented podding.
It's a really old song. Have you not heard that?
I have, but it's a nice song. It's like 2018. Dark racial humor, aka DRH, aka what you need when you're down in your girlfriend's pants. It's the most profitable podcast on the history of the Southern California Peninsula of Mexico.
Babe,
It's
I don't want head
DRH.
right now. DRH is on.
What?
I said, babe, I don't want head right now. DRH is on.
Yeah.
You know what
That's what that's what I say every time it's Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Before we get going, dude, I just want to remind everybody to floss. Take this
Please.
PSA as
Gingivitis is no joke. I have it. It sucks.
I'm a fan of gingerbread cookies, but not gingivitis. Gingivitis might be a nice name for a daughter. Come here,
It's-
gingivitis.
Gingy.
Flossing is good for your mouth. And sometimes when you floss, you're like, oh, my mouth is bleeding. And then, like a period, it's a reminder that you need to put more things in your holes.
Like a period, it's a reminder your pull-out game is strong. And keep going, bro. What's up, everyone? It's Dark Raise Your Humor, free-flowing, in-depth conversation about whatever is appropriate at the time. I'm Bonjin.
I'm your friend, caller John David Ricker Hyman Schmidt. Fun fact, I thought that song, John Jacob Jingle Hyman Schmidt, was my full name, but my full name replaced the name in that song. I was hoodwinked for years of my life, and I cannot change it.
Ooh!
I'm scarred. I don't know my full name, and I don't know where my biological grandfather is.
Really?
No, he's dead. Both of them.
Nocturnal.
Been
No.
dead for a little while now. How you doing, dude? How's your day? How's your fucking mojo? What is your energy level? How's your mental health?
It's good. I went to my parents' house and I washed my clothes for free. That was cool.
That was a good one. I like that.
I was
Yeah,
talking to
so
my mom. I was having a
that was a good
conversation with her.
excursion. Yeah, conversation's good.
And of course it had to turn into a nice heated argument. I love you, Mom. Basically we were talking about TikTok, right?
Yeah.
And she kind of proved my point that it doesn't matter, my internal point. It doesn't matter what happens.
What's the
Trump-
difference between an external and internal point?
Well, my internal point is like something I haven't brought up to anyone. I'm like
I see.
mulling it.
Ooh, mole. Nice word.
Yeah. So I was like, my internal point was, it doesn't matter what it is. If Trump does it, my mom's going to think it's bad. So we were talking about TikTok and she was saying, I don't understand why he's banning TikTok. And so I explained to her why he's banning TikTok. I said, because it's a national security risk. I explained the Chinese government. I explained India. I explained everything. And you would think that like security flaws are bad, right? So he's patching the security flaw. It's good, but because it's Trump, it's bad. So I told her, Mom, if Obama was doing the same thing, the exact same thing, because I know he would, if there was a popular app that was run by the Chinese government, he would shut it down. Would you think that's bad or good? And, she was just like, well, all this other stuff, Nazi, all this other stuff, Hitler. And I'm just like, okay, well. So that
I mean,
kind of proved.
that's the same thing with every politician, though. People like sports and the politics.
Yeah, I'm just like,
There,
can you not
there'd be
separate the
there'd
policy
be
from the person?
the same back and forth, just like there's a back and forth now, but opposite sides either way.
Yeah, and I'm just like,
It was the same thing when I was watching like a compilation of there's a weird like ranch thing that happened during Obama that they sent federal troops to. Do you know what that is?
Ranch?
Yeah, there was apparently like some people on a ranch that had some cattle that was like interfering with some federal law, and they were like, "Fuck you, federal law," and then they had fucking snipers gun them down there, threatened to.
That sounds
And then
extreme.
there's a compilation of like news media being like uh between federal troops now and when Obama was under it. And it was opposite as media and opinions do that
Yeah.
are swayed by non-logical thinking.
There's just no point. There's especially no point in arguing with your parents about politics.
Yeah.
Because everyone just gets angry.
Yeah. That's why there's a lot of emotion with it. It's basically just fucking sports. You get fucking all rallied behind a team, and some people know like hella stats about politics, and it's kind of the same thing where fucking combine numbers of dudes that can jump high. At a certain point, it's like, what's really going on here? What are you really doing? What are you trying to accomplish?
And she was saying,
kind of your world.
She brought up a couple times like, oh, you're pro-Trump, and I was like, no, I just listened to both sides of the story. That's what I listen to both sides of the story. I admit when I'm wrong. I try not to speak on anything I don't know a lot about. And that's what I'm trying to get you to do,
Unless I'm on a pod, dude.
Unless I'm on a pod, then truth doesn't matter. Because the highest truth is the pod, so.
It's overcompassing. Remember Zane Berry?
Yeah.
Zane Berry has something called Tall Skeleton, which is some kind of media thing. And he did like a video essay on Duncan Trussell's cartoon show Midnight Hour, and it was cool.
Gospel.
Yeah, Midnight Gospel. Excuse me. I was gonna admit I didn't remember the name, but then it came back, but not fully.
I tried really hard to get into that podcast, which is just not as good as the show, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Who was I watching recently? On Joe
Someone
Rogan.
Take a piss?
Joe Rogan had a really interesting guest, but I'm totally blanking on who it was.
Was it the police psychologist?
No.
I was watching a couple clips.
I think I was watching old. Oh, I was watching fucking. Oh, never mind. It wasn't that great. It was just Post Malone.
Yeah, you brought that up last time. Yeah. I'm good off some Post Malone clips. I don't necessarily want that in my life. I'm sure it's okay.
I want to hear him talk about the pop star life, but they're just talking about shrooms.
Yeah, I mean, pop star life is fucking just touring and making music.
No, that's more than that,
bro. It's basically a life, dude. What do you want to hear?
I want to hear the story because I love hearing the story of when he woke up and his song fucking blew up and he dropped everything, moved to LA, and was like, all right, this is what I'm going to do because I love those stories.
Man, that's years ago, lifetimes ago. That was the old Austin.
It was like 3 years ago.
Post Malone, 3 years ago.
Post Malone's career is literally younger than the fucking existence of Adobe House as a
White
concept.
Iverson, 2015. Right on time with the age of Adobe.
Damn. So what if we had met him and he just made that song at our house?
This don't make sense.
And then we were like, nah, dude, we can't put this out. We can't put this out because we're not
I'm a
marketing it right.
newbie.
And we can't put this out because we got to market it for 2 weeks for the 3 people that'll listen to it.
Saucing, I'm saucing on you. I'm swagging. Oh, ooh.
I do remember him saying that that's what people told him. Yo, sit on this song, bro. And he was like, nah, I'm going to put it out. And then boom.
Now he's a tattooed, bald-headed motherfucker that lives in Utah.
Now he's good.
SpaceX.
What about
SpaceX and NASA. You ever heard of them? Space? You ever
Yes.
heard of it?
The 2 guys are back.
The 2 guys, there was a NASA X SpaceX, so sick collab
They went to the moon,
between
right?
they, which are Bob Benkin and Doug Hurley, also
Those
the
are
inventor of Hurley surf brand. I'm just kidding.
Can't think of a more
Fun joke.
astronaut name than Bob and Doug.
We like to kid around here.
Bob and Doug. They're both bald white men in their 50s.
On June 1st, for the
Maybe
first
40s.
time in history, NASA astronauts launched from American soil in a commercially built and operated American crew spacecraft on its way to the International Space Station. The ISS is where they went to, the place in the sky where they made some metal and everybody goes up there and just has a grand old time doing space stuff.
My anxiety would be through the roof.
They landed August 2nd, which is when this is being recorded, in the Gulf of Mexico off the coast of Pensacola, Florida. And they were just chilling, dude. Space being Bob and Doug, dude. They just look like some cats that would grill up in some sandals.
I wish I could go to space without going to space. Without like the actual motion of going to space really, really fast in a fucking rocket. That's scary. But like if I could just
You're the first person to try you know, putting human cells from one place to another. I forgot what that's called. But like transportation, basically. First person to try that out ever, dude. You're the fucking guinea pig.
I would not do that.
Or cryogenical freezing. You're freezing your body.
I'd rather freeze.
I feel like that's probably been done already.
Does that work?
Maybe.
Is that real?
I don't know, but I feel like they tested it for sure.
Cryogenics.
So you wouldn't be say you're the first person to like do the freezing versus the first person to do the cellular transportation.
I'd rather do the freezing.
But like, why not the cellular transportation?
Will they both work 100%?
Well, that's the catch 55, dude. It's like they might not work, and that's what you're weighing on your mind.
I think the freezing would be less painful. I think because the worst that can happen is I freeze to death.
Yeah,
but
and the
with
other one you gotta
so many
you
things
turn into a walrus in space.
Bro, I could go somewhere else. Half of me could go and half of it could not, or I could be fine. I just get really aggressive cancer.
Yeah,
so much could go wrong.
Ball cancer.
What do
you think the worst cancer is?
Probably brain cancer.
Because
it's always like,
again, dude.
Yeah, it's always like, oh, the cancer spread to your brain. There's nothing we can do.
Zoinks, dude, can't fucking shrink that down with nuclear poisoning. I still, y'all got something better than goddamn nuking bodies cancer society. I believe so.
I know in like 100 years we're gonna look back and we're gonna be like, we really used to put people in chemotherapy when we could have just given.
That's probably some fucking money shit right now.
We could have just given them a banana.
It's probably a booming. You just fucking put them in right next to a microwave with a banana.
Yeah. What time do we start?
Dude, whenever the Lord intends.
Yeah.
Ish. My computer clock is off right now, so it says 11:35 p.m. on the 1st of August. Happy August, dude. It's the 1st of the month.
Happy August. Actually, yeah, August was yesterday. August 1st was yesterday.
It's the 1st of the month.
I have some sad news. I don't know if you heard. Frank Ocean's little brother died.
Yeah, I know. Frank Ocean had a little brother, dude.
Neither did I.
Uh,
And he looks pretty
did,
young.
did he get that brain cancer?
No, he was in a car accident.
Damn, dude, what was he doing driving a car?
Probably going somewhere.
See, in my head, young sounded like a
Frank
teen.
Ocean's 32. I can't believe that. Yeah, but no, his brother looks young. This is
How old's
from
Tyler?
Complex. If I had to guess, 27. According to reports, Ryan Brew, the younger brother of Frank Ocean, died on Sunday
Cool
morning in a
name.
car
Cool name.
crash. Yeah. His last
Brew?
name used
How
to
do you
be
spell
Brew,
it?
and then he changed it to Ocean.
Oh.
Braaaux. ABC News,
Oh,
who didn't
shit.
confirm the name of the crash's victims in their write-up, choosing to wait until the families were notified. Way to go, ABC. TMZ, you could take a lesson from that. Wrote that 2 people were killed in a
I mean,
fiery
hey,
wreck.
he's no Kobe Bryant, dude. He's just a little fucking Frank Ocean ex-brother.
But
Excuse
damn.
my harshness.
In a fiery wreck just after 1:30 a.m. Damn. On
Fiery,
Sunday
huh?
in Thousand Oaks, California, the investigation is still ongoing, but the car appears to have left the road and struck a tree in the center median. The force of the collision tore the car in half. The sheriff deputies say that it was engulfed in flames when they came upon it. Brew, who, as well as another occupant who was in the car, was pronounced dead by the local fire department. As one would expect after a tragedy, a number of people took to social media to express their condolences. Yeah, I don't know how old this guy is, but he looks a little younger than us.
Man,
Unless I'm looking at old pictures, but yeah, he really sad.
that's lame for Frank Ocean.
That's super lame.
Good song coming out of it though.
Bro, I don't think he's gonna make music again.
You know
Honestly.
that one cover is a car cover, a little foreshadowing, huh?
But if you know that
It's the
music's gonna
remix to
be,
Ignition. You know what I'm
bro,
saying?
you know this music's gonna be crazy.
Hot and fresh out the kitchen.
But I doubt we're gonna get any more Frank music for a while.
I only bump fucking Pyramids, maybe some Novocaine.
I don't really like
I'm
his new stuff, to be honest, but he's a
I
good
I
guy.
will bump the fuck out of Pyramids. Novocaine is a cute little ditty.
Oh damn,
Other than
Tyler's
that,
29.
yeah, I saw that.
He's fucking old,
Look
dude.
me up some Earl. Look up Earl. But other than Novocaine and that sweet Pyramids, I could go without Frank Ocean for all of my life. And
Novocaine.
he didn't come out on Flogna, so I'm fucking pissed, dude. Drake's a bitch.
That's the reason we don't have concerts anymore.
I think Drake shut him down because he didn't want to tour anymore.
Fuck, keep talking. I'm trying to fix my mic.
All Drake wants to do is to go into the kitchen, play that remix to Ignition, and got the hana. I've been watching some David Blaine on the YouTube, dude. David Blaine, quite the character, cool cat. But I was also watching him with a bunch of like celebrities and elite politicians and stuff, and I could only assume that he might have been invited to some weird stuff, might have partaken in some weird stuff, because he might be a weird dude. Or maybe David Blaine is against all the weird stuff that is alleged for all the weird elite circles. But I don't know, man. He was chilling in China with Bush, doing a fucking card trick. That motherfucker shook Bush's hands, put a card in his watch, stole his watch actually, which is just fucking stealing I think acting, probably not acting at the time. But I feel like he would get fucking bucked down by some Secret Service David Blaine for
Think how
taking a
good
watch.
of a magician you have to be the most famous magician in the world.
Well, he also like he did it well with like TV. He had like a dope fucking TV special first in like '99, and then he went fucking hardcore with the like body, not tricks but endurance tests.
99 was
Fucking
so fucking long ago.
dude,
But if
99 was
people
my
are still
jam.
like, yeah, I remember 99. It was like yesterday.
People
And then there's
remember
people that are
fucking
like, I wasn't even born when
70s, dude.
99. What?
I remember there's a Raekwon album of the Wu-Tang, and he has a solo album called Only Built for Cuban Links, right? It's a very popular hip hop album. Never really listened to it. Probably might not in the future. But it was kind of like a cult following. And there is, I think, Ninth Wonder, a producer, was posting on Instagram, and he was like, "I've been listening to this album longer than most of you motherfuckers been alive." And I was like, "Damn, diggity dog, you're right, Ninth Wonder."
Thanks, Grandpa.
Hey man, Ninth Wonder is a great, great man.
I try to give Freddie Gibbs a listen.
Yeah.
Too old
What'd you
school
listen
for me.
to?
Just his album,
Oh, which one?
the one with the yellow cover. Forgot what it's called.
Hello.
Bandana.
Bandana's great, dude.
I was just like, I'm getting some '90s hip hop vibes. This
That
is stuff
one
my
was
dad likes to listen to.
that one was produced by Madlib, which is a producer that is very that. But dude, fucking listen to I mean, dude, listen to like old fucking like not like naughties era of Freddie Gibbs is fucking funny because it's like Midwest and Southern. But his last like fucking 5 albums have been like Madlib and Alchemist, and that's some very stripped down boom bap production.
Boom bop, rabbit. All right.
Rabbit.
I think that's plenty, maybe.
Let's do it, dude. This episode is sponsored to you by Freddie Gibbs' son, not in a weird way.
New Dark Racial.
Pretty C- episode so far. I'll see if we can turn it around.
I liked it.
At least you working?
At least she's working, dude. Maybe she drugged me with fucking Novocaine because she's an aspiring dentist.
He's a good storyteller.
I mean, I guess so. I only really have this song, which is a nice, seemingly a nice tale of a young dentist fucking you up while you're getting fucked by her. And Pyramids, which is about a stripper, I think.
Yeah.
Going to a strip club.
She's working at the Pyramid tonight. The way he describes his sexual encounters is very. It's easy to visualize.
It's because he had to visualize it because he's gay.
I watch you undress as you take off your panties in the mirror. Like, if that doesn't scream homosexual, I don't know what.
It's because like it's a movie, you know.
Oh God, I hope she thinks I'm straight. I hope she thinks I'm straight.
He had to study the TV shows. I don't know. He probably fucked some chicks.
He has one song where he's talking about what fucking song is it? I think it's Crack Rock. He was talking about addiction, and someone was telling me that when he was writing that song, he would go to AA meetings, even though he's not on drugs or alcohol, and he would just listen to their stories, and he incorporated their stories into that song.
Fucking drug appropriation, dude.
Sure.
That's good. What's it called when movie actors do that? There's a word for it. I don't know. Yes, method rapping.
Method singing.
I guess. Yeah.
Hey guys, welcome back to the show. DRH.
It's DRH.
Brought to you by Sure SM7Bs, the best 7Bs you'll ever hear.
There's another SM7, and someone was like, "Hey man, you just fucking boost up some fucking EQ in the post, and it sounds just like that fucking Shure SM7B, and you save yourself $300, but it doesn't look like a Shure SM7B, and that's all you're trying to do, really."
Yeah. And let's buy a Shure SM7B. Fuck it. Broke
just
ass.
Fuck it, dude. Little bitch, dude. You think you can't handle a Shure SM7B, dude?
I don't think they can.
It's like a fucking rodeo. It's like a bucking bronco.
They can't use the same fucking
shit
that Michael
with
used.
All that weight on there, dude. All that just unnecessary weight weighing down whatever you're using.
I want to talk about something weird. Have you seen that fucking any of the NBA games? How people are like virtually there?
Yeah, they've done that with basically every like isolated sports thing.
That looks fucking weird.
Yeah, I'm not with it right now.
You think it's always going to be that like forever? What if Kobe came back from the dead today?
LOL.
And it was like, all right, I want to go play with the Lakers one more time. And he runs out and everybody's just on a screen. What do you think he'd think?
He's like, yo, I'm alive. Fuck it.
Like, what the fuck? How long was I gone? 8 months? Jesus Christ.
Yeah, dude. It's a weird feeling. It's a weird little push of the AI and stuff. I also watched that old clip of Musk on Rogan and him fucking going into a weird like catatonic fucking 1,000 mile stare of he's like I tried to tell people to slow AI down, but no one listened.
Bro, they
Um,
better start listening.
yeah, it's a weird thing.
It's also weird that when you're
But
watching the game, if you're on this thing, your fucking screen is watching you watch the game.
yeah, I think they should just fucking put up cool like graphics and shit,
Yeah,
stats or
no
something.
one wants to see fucking flat
Um,
people. Look at that looks
yeah,
weird.
because they tried to make it like it's like hey it's like it was when there's people there, but like I
Nah,
think that was not the that's probably the fastest way they could have done something.
it
They're
must be
like yeah,
worse for the players.
I'm sure they don't give a fuck, bro. Actually, some people might like some loud fucking basketball. Definitely
Yeah, they feed
the
on the
like
energy.
quietness of it, dude, is definitely something. But no, I haven't watched any of that shit. One, because the Warriors aren't really popping. Two, because like it, while I was thinking about it earlier. I was like, damn, I miss fucking looking at some sports just for like the the fucking Roman fucking sport of it all. But I don't know. It's different. Why do you think it makes you feel weird? Because it made me feel weird too.
Because it doesn't look. I know it's not supposed to look real,
Yeah,
but it just doesn't look natural.
yeah.
Like it doesn't. It's supposed to
It's
look
some
like people are
uncanny
sitting in
valley shit,
seats.
dude.
Yeah, it's like there's no depth perception. There's no everybody's like heads are different sizes. And
Yeah,
even if it did look like people were actually in a seat, like
it still wouldn't be cool.
it's like you're trying to recreate an experience that just can't be
That
recreated.
you should definitely like. There's a thing in like NBA 2K, the video game,
Yeah.
and apparently there's like it's called the arena. I don't know if that's mimicking the 2K thing, but like they call it the arena in like the bubble of it. And they should just fucking make it like it is fucking a weird fucking uh you know why I think it might be weird is cuz maybe just like a part of it. I think the main part of it is the weird uncanny valley shit. But I think a big part of sports is like kind of envisioning yourself doing the sport. Like you kind of vicariously live through like a couple people of like macho fucking tribalism even.
Mm-hmm.
Um and I think without that it kind of shows just like the stripped down version of like some idolization of cats playing fucking a game by themselves for a lot of money.
It also looks. Tell me if you get this feeling when you're watching that game and you're watching all those virtual eyes staring at them. It kind of makes the players seem like they're what's the word? I don't know. It
Like
makes them seem
they're
less
fucking
human, like they're
yeah,
fucking
like
experiments that you're watching.
yeah,
Yeah,
definitely. I think
and
because I think I mean before when there's a bunch of people, like I said, it kind of it masks that because everybody's like cooling with each other and there's a cool atmosphere. But I think stripped down, that is kind of like what a sport is you're watching kind of like a subject play a game and you're kind of living off of that.
that's probably the weirdest thing I have seen come out of this pandemic. Is that
Yeah,
the
I
weirdest
think it shows that like
adaptation?
a lot of the things like in a society are very mental and like we said before like the contract of it, and you kind of have to buy into everything that you do in a society even when it's kind of weird. Sports is definitely a weird thing, and when you don't have like a bunch of people rallying behind it and making it a fun thing, it kind of shows it for you know
Do you think it's more
what it
that, or do
is.
you think it's like a bunch of people are like, okay, we lost a huge chunk of revenue. We got to find some way to make this back. We have to think of something. We got to bring people back here somehow, some way.
Yeah,
Because I,
I don't think that's related to what I just said, but yeah,
I think like, because I feel like it's more that and less like. I think the people at the top, the very, very top, could care less about recreating the original feeling of live basketball and more about how do we get this money back in our pockets, you know?
yeah, yeah. They just wanted to get things back on the road. like a lot of fucking people who make money off of stuff
Yeah,
too.
but fucking
I think you should have gone a different way. You shouldn't have gone recreate and just go create something new. Honestly, the league of basically American sports. I was watching the fucking Mexican soccer league, and they had the same virtual fan stuff.
yeah.
But just fucking, you know, have someone. I know they don't care to make like something cool, but if someone did make something cool and had like a new atmosphere of kind of I don't know, something different because it is different, then you'd probably make bank off that some more.
You know what they should do is how they have those recently they introduced, they're not 3D cameras, but they kind of are. Like the camera can like zoom around the court and go to the other side somehow.
I think so. Like there's a
Y-
super fast track it's on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like if you could watch the game on your fucking iPad or whatever, and you can control what camera you're looking at, so you can see every angle simultaneously, or you could be like, all right, I want to see this fucking, I want to be on the Warriors home fucking basket for this one. So you go to that
Yeah.
camera. Like I don't know why they don't just
They've
do
done that
that.
before.
Do they? Where you
They've
can
done that
control
before,
it?
kind of. Yeah, you could like on TNT that you could pick what camera you're looking at. They should just put that on the fucking screens, really. Um,
Yeah.
but like, yeah, it's just a weird thing, and you know,
It could
I
also
don't know,
be too a feeling watching TV and you're looking through the TV
seeing
and then
people,
you're seeing people on a TV.
seeing people watch TV
Yeah.
because they're not at the game.
That's fucking weird.
Little semantics of
A lot of
post,
private.
post COVID.
What if someone just flashes their tits? And they're fucking
Yeah, like I did wonder about like the vetting process of how someone signs up. Like, do you get what are they just fucking using Zoom and they fucking NBA link it up?
I tried to see how you do it. Apparently they're letting it's only for a couple teams. And they're like contacting season ticket holders first
Ah,
to see if they want to hop in on this. So
yeah.
they're still like, I bet you
The
like,
money trail.
let's say this, like, there's no fucking live sports for years. I bet you like down the road, they're going to start charging for this experience to,
Yeah, like the I think we brought that up somehow, but some kind of like there's something we're talking about like the exclusivity and people just paying for that. It's definitely an exclusivity thing, a VIP thing. That's your front
yeah,
row seats.
definitely can't be as much as fucking $200 tickets though.
I saw there was a clip of fucking Westbrook, and there was a camera in the locker room, and he was fucking looking at it, and he was like, "What the fuck is there a camera in the locker room for?" Another fucking fishbowl thing, where it's getting kind of because that's what it always kind of has been that like there's celebrities that you put on a statue of like athleticism,
Don't they always
and
have cameras in the locker room? Like when they're doing press meetings or whatever, or like coach meetings,
possibly, yeah,
or is that just
but
a
maybe
special
not
time?
like it might have been maybe like only in halftime or something. Maybe it was like a pre fucking I don't know. Probably they did have cameras, but he was obviously weirded out. I'm sure that in a in like a bubble situation, you could probably get more wary to cameras and stuff.
Bro, cameras are.
Remember before this, everybody was like, celebrities are dead. Not dead, but like this might like wane out celebrities. With sports like that, it's like a amplification of celebrityness. At least voyeurism,
I do feel that I feel like
voyeuristic
some
celebrities.
celebrity auras are fading out, especially those that aren't doing what they're famous for. Like if you're an
Yeah,
actor and you're not acting, I'm like, all right, you're a person.
yeah,
You're a rich
yeah.
person.
Like I said, like it when things are kind of not fully intact, like at a society level, it shows a lot of the roles of people, like kind of the hologram of a role in society is kind of broken down, and it gets kind of weird, and it's kind of like you're looking fucking under the veil.
Yeah, like just seeing The Weeknd at home at the beginning of all this, making beats on Instagram Live. I was like, whoa, this is a person. This is a guy.
Yeah,
He can't
yeah,
leave just like all of us.
yeah, yeah. Tore it all down, dude.
Yeah, I mean,
Pour it all
he's still a
down.
god, but you know, like, what are you gonna do? Even God has to chill.
He asked to be on the pod, and I said, "Hey, man, nah,
Maybe next year.
this isn't it." You know, like
It's like, please, I've been on the waiting list forever.
we got to get Rabbit before Abel.
I'm a virgin, never getting close enough.
Rabbit versus Logic, son, the battle.
Logic Son is brand new. I don't think he's ready to fight.
Dude, I
yet.
was listening to a Logic song, and I kind of like it.
He's a good rapper.
He's an alright rapper. It's kind of like stale.
He's like, okay, he's not. He doesn't have a lot to rap about, but he's a very. I think he's one of the most skilled rappers.
I enjoyed
like,
what he was
famous.
rapping about because it was all like, it was like, yo, fuck all this shit I've been doing for the past, like, whatever. Like, I'm going to go fucking dad it up, boyo, and go on Twitch.
Yeah, I mean, he used
It
to
was
just rap
fun.
about. He used all his good material about growing up in the hood and like making crack as a child on his mixtapes, and then
Was it?
yeah, and then and how his like dad and his mom were like pieces of shit, and how they like beat him or some shit.
That's
And
a
then
nice
like,
little cycle of, you know, music career.
you should listen to his mixtapes. They're pretty good. He's
Go
like
from little
3 or 4.
little crackito to a fucking good father of a, I guess,
Yeah.
second wife. But you know, whatever. Second
And
wife. Still
then
in
he
love
got
with her.
fucking famous, and he was it's like, what do I rap about
Talking
now?
about
I'm gonna
video
rap
games
about
and shit.
suicide.
Yeah, dude.
So he
Dude,
goes,
he talked about Button, and the tagline in the headline was like, Button's aggressiveness makes people want to kill themselves. And I was like, you really, your brand is suicide, my dad. So is Button.
Button, I think Button makes people uncomfortable, but
That's
I
because
don't know.
Button is unhappy with himself as a person, but he's admitted to that.
He really wants to get out of that Spotify contract.
Does he?
He's like,
Have you seen some recent buttings?
I listened to a little bit of the last episode. He was like, 18
Yeah.
episodes left. Just like, bro, how bad is it, dude?
Shit.
Is it
It's
that
probably,
bad?
you know, it probably wasn't 100 mil.
Is someone on Spotify like gonna contact him and be like, hey man, obviously the relationship isn't good. What can we do? You know? Like
Probably not.
you're shit talking us on your show.
They
bro.
got a Button. I think literally maybe in the literal term of the word literally might have been their first exclusive podcast deal.
I think so.
But I'm also saying maybe not because of like Gimlet and stuff.
So
But
they
definitely
lowballed him?
celebrity probably. They farmed a bunch of podcasts, but he might have been that first like celebrity exclusive Spotify. Now that you got fucking, especially Rogan, you got fucking Obama.
Well,
It's
the
like,
question is,
who you Button?
did his viewership increase or plateau with this deal? Because I didn't
don't think
listen to him
so.
before this.
I think it probably went up. It might have. I think, and especially from when he said, you know, obviously a one-sided fucking contract argument, but he said that it was popping.
At
And
least
like,
he can put his episodes on YouTube. Joe Rogan can't do that.
Yeah, that's
So,
true. Maybe he was like, all right, I'll put it on, but you got to put our sticker on it.
it could have been a shitty deal. It could have been
Probably
fucking,
was.
It could have been 3 million.
I mean, bro, it was
Which isn't
it was
shitty for a lot of people,
one,
but
you know what he might fucking be talking about. And this is pure speculation, but you know, it was a fucking a black former rapper who they might fucking try to fucking throw around and shit with like dudes in an apartment. And then you got fucking Rogan Spotifying it up for like fucking mills, dude.
but Rogan,
Audience-ship is different.
yeah, Rogan's audience is way more vast. He talks about more than one subject.
Yeah, a little niche on the button.
Yeah, and his viewership is just way. He said he gets 30 million downloads, not listens, downloads per month.
Interesting.
So that's not including YouTube views. That's not including streams. Like 30 million people, maybe not people, but 30 million times a month, people put that shit on their phone.
Put that shit on your phone.
And Spotify's like, cha-ching. Cha-ching. We want that shit.
Spotify. That fucking video podcast is awesome, dude.
That was the fucking smartest thing ever Spotify did.
All you had to do and you did it. Good job.
Yeah. Fuck. All right, that's like 18 minutes. Real
Let's wrap
quick.
it up. This episode is brought to you by Joe Budden's daughters, not in a weird way.
Joe Budden's daughters, not eating as well as Joe Rogan's daughters, but
Oh. Did I say Joe Budden's daughters? I think in
Yes.
my head I pictured Rogan.
Joe Rogan. I think Joe Rogan's deal is 4 years, 25 mil a year. If I had to guess. Okay.
Perhaps.
We'll be
Perhaps.
back.
Perhaps.
Hey, when you're popping, you're popping.
This
When you're
cover
popping,
is
you're popping.
a blurry photo of, oh, I thought it was a goat before. Oh, I'm fucked. You know when you see something for the first time and it's just like, not the first time, but you actually like realize what it is for the first time? That fucked me up. I thought this was a goat
What?
bucking its head. I'm looking at a J. Cole cover.
You
It's
ever
actually
seen
a
that?
dog chained up.
Have you ever seen that meme? It's like a really blurry picture of a goat, and you can tell it's a goat, but it's like blurry. And then a picture of someone cleaning their glasses. And they put the glasses on, and then it's like a very
Like a
clear
rapper.
picture of like, yeah, someone cool. Like Logic.
I feel like I've seen it once or twice, maybe.
I wonder what Logic's ex is up to. I wonder what Joe Budden's ex is up to.
Dude, fucking Sin? It's probably showcased on Love and Hip Hop.
That's a great way to have your relationship end prematurely is put
how
it
it
on a
ended.
reality show.
And then they still have to fucking showcase the ending of it.
Fuck
I think.
that, dude.
Well, you got some money.
Fuck that. I hate
Who needs
that.
a relationship when you can have a couple years of stability in a house, you know?
Who has that? Who needs a relationship when you can
Come on.
just live alone and cry yourself to sleep every night like me?
You get one of those virtual fans.
Virtual fans, dude. Oh god, I love it when one of my friends comes over, one of the boys comes over, and they just start. Why don't you want me, man? What do I do? And I'm just like, bro, I don't know. I meant to say when they like complaining about a girl. I love being that guy to give advice. I just love it.
You mean the depressed episode?
The depressed episode, bro. You got to go through it.
No, the
really
DRH
feel it.
depressed episode, dude. All you got to do is put them on a pod.
I was listening to that and I was like, wow, I'm really good at podcasting. I was listening to that episode and I was like, wow, this guy knows how to get your attention and reel you in. Not only that, he throws in humor from time to time.
The depressed episode was one of the best conversational podcasts of DRH.
We won an Emmy for that episode.
We got a potty. I forgot to always tout our potties, our streamies.
A potty
Our
and a cast.
DRHs.
The Emmys are going virtual this year. I was reading.
Are they?
Yeah. Same amount of people are gonna watch them. No one. Only the
I don't know,
people
dude.
in the
If
Emmys are
it's-
gonna watch it.
If it's not on TV anymore, I'm sure that viewership will, I mean, I predict that it might take a little hit because it's like, it's a cable thing. We're going to watch the Emmys.
Yeah, I don't know if I was ever like, oh, the Emmys are on. Let me watch. There was a time
It's
when I
always
was.
just a fucking stat you can pop off on the pod off.
There was a time when I was like, oh, I gotta watch the Oscars because I was like into movies,
Yeah.
like in middle school. But now I don't care. Now I don't care.
All I care about is Sorry to Bother You. I like HBO Watchmen.
Did you like that movie? Sorry to bother you.
Yeah, I liked it a lot.
I like it, but I
Mhm.
didn't like the white voice when they would talk with the white voice. That kind of like threw me off a little bit. I was like, I think they could have gone about that a little different somehow.
Yeah, I mean, that was the whole like arc of it though.
I was like, is the lips aren't syncing up right?
Just like in the technical aspect of it.
Yeah, I was like,
I mean, I do think it was probably, like kind of absurdist for a reason.
yeah. I didn't
Kinda
even finish
shows, like-
it. I only got up
It
to
was,
when his
I mean,
girl
it's
leaves him.
it's a very a politically charged movie about work and stuff.
That fucking guy. I remember he did a photo shoot. I don't know, it was the guy in the show.
Dude, Boots Riley, the actor, not
yeah,
the director.
fucking. Yeah, what's
He's
his
the guy
name?
who's also in Atlanta.
Yes, he's in a lot of stuff. Bother you. What's his fucking name so I can put him in the thumbnail? What's his fucking name? Lakeith Stanfield. Lakeith.
Lakeith?
Lakeith. So he did a photo shoot, and some girl was like, posted a picture of it, and she was like, "Oh my god, this guy's so handsome." And then girls were like gassing him up, and then a girl like zoomed in on the picture like to his fingernails, and they were all dirty. They had like dirt in them. And then the conversation took a 180. And
He has a rugged style, dude. I'm all for the rugged style, dude.
she was like, "You would let this man finger your pussy?" And everyone was like, "Actually, never mind. No thanks. I'm good."
Lakeith.
Lakeith, clean those fingernails, bro. You don't want to give anyone a UTI.
Lakeith, do what you want, bro. It's your body.
No, Lakeith, clean the fingernails, dude. I don't care what you do, but get those fingernails clean. You don't have to brush your teeth. You don't have to take a shower, but get those fingernails clean, bro.
Sorry to bother you. Uncut Gems. Star Wars can go fuck itself 3 times over. I'm kind of disappointed I wasted my money on it. I
Damn,
think I
he's in
got
a-
high for fucking Uncut Gems, but not Star Wars.
He's in a movie with Issa Rae.
Issa Rae is the chick who did Frozen?
No,
Or Issa Rae is the musician?
Issa Rae is the girl in Insecure.
Issa Rae has a similar name to someone in the fucking Underachievers, I think.
Issa Rae was in 2 films that are almost the same. 2 love stories, but with different guys. The Photograph and Lovebirds. Each coming out the same
movies,
year.
dude. I like The Giver as a book in a movie. That is also kind of a theme of societal veils.
Damn.
What other movies do I like, dude?
I haven't watched a movie in a while.
Not a big movie, dude.
I only watch a movie if I'm chilling with a friend.
Yeah,
Or
it's a
just
nice
sit
little
down and
outing
watch a
thing.
movie. Yeah, it's a nice little.
But like, then
I
at
don't
the
wanna
same
talk.
time, like, I'm not finna fucking watch a dumbass movie that I'm probably not gonna care about just for fucking sake of watching a movie.
I just watched Napoleon Dynamite,
Yeah.
and it's very much a movie like super indie. I don't know if it was.
Was it though? It wasn't.
I don't know if it was like a real independent film, but the way it was shot, I was like, wow, this looks like some guys just took their camera in fucking Ohio. I was like, yo, let's film this fucking shit.
It wasn't though, right?
I think Fox Searchlight made it.
But like,
It could have been. It
because
could
we
have
were
been.
kind of young, but like, it didn't have fucking commercials and shit, probably.
Well, it could have still been indie, and then like it could have premiered at a festival, and then
don't
like
think
a
it was
distributor
indie.
picks it up. That's usually what happened. Let's see.
It is
Oh.
very, because our age was like middle schoolish when it came out.
This came out in 2004, so I was in
What?
2nd grade.
Napoleon Dynamite
Yes,
came out in 2004?
yes. What a return on investment! Budget $400,000. It made 46 million.
2004?
Is that early?
That fucked me up.
Production company: MTV Films, Napoleon Pictures.
Yeah, that makes sense. Dude, I think now that that has been shed light onto my brain, I do kind of remember that like older cats watched it and like then like it caught up to younger cats.
In 2002,
Whoa.
Brigham Young University film students John Heater and Jared Hess collaborated on a class project. The result was a 9-minute short movie shot on black and white 16mm film entitled Peluca, about a nerdy high school student named Seth. Peluca was shown at the 2003 Sundance Slam Dance Film Festival and well received. Jeremy Kuhn convinced Hess to drop out of school and adapt it into a feature-length film, and he helped him to find investors for the project. Hess sent the short film and the script to a variety of different casting directors, many of whom thought the idea was too weird or they just didn't like the character, as explained. Hess shot on location in Preston and southeastern Idaho near the Utah border in July 2003, operating on a tight budget of $400,000. Hess cast many of his friends from school, including Heater, Aaron Ruel, and relied on the generosity of Preston locals who provided housing and food to crew members. Among the established acting, the cast was comedy veteran Diedrich Bader, who filmed his scenes as riot material, instructor Rex.
Is a movie like that like not a lot of special effects, right?
There's no special
Is
effects.
is why is it so fucking much money to make a movie, dude? Is it just paying people?
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, think about it. Let's say you have a crew of 20 people and you're
Yeah.
paying them each on the low end, maybe $12 an hour, right? For a 7-hour shoot. So 7 times 20 times, what did I say, 12
Yeah.
equals,
What are you doing?
that's
20?
16, say 20 people on set.
Okay.
So that's 1680 per day, not including, let's say you got to rent a camera. That could be a
Yeah.
couple hundred a day.
Yeah.
Paying for sets. It doesn't seem like they paid for sets here, but you know how that much that can get. Another thing is permits. Whipping out a camera anywhere in Los Angeles, like that's not a phone. You need a permit to do that, apparently. I don't know how. That's like that itself is $500.
That's probably such an LA specific thing.
Yeah, I don't know if it's the same in Idaho. But yeah, but just that fucking
For shooting
food,
it.
fucking if you don't know how to edit, you gotta pay an editor.
Yeah.
It's just a lot of shit. Movies are fucking expensive. But 400 grand is on the low end for like a movie that did that well.
Whoa. I saw this on Twitter news. Jamaica's Supreme Court rules school can ban dreadlocks.
Jamaica?
Yeah.
Jamaica? What the fuck?
Jamaica's High Court ruled on Friday that a school was within its rights to require that a then 5-year-old girl cut her dreadlocks. Many see the case as a part of the fight against discrimination towards those who wear their hair natural, including Rastafarians.
That's weird. That's in Jamaica.
The ruling of the court means that the injunction that barred the school from denying the child access has now been lifted.
They just made that illegal in America.
The child's mother, I'm confused a little bit, but that's an interesting headline.
Yeah, they just made it illegal to discriminate based on hair type. It's called the Crown Act.
That's cute.
Yeah.
Jamaica's Supreme Court rules. Oh. In favor. Oh, wait, what, dude? I'm confused. Yeah. So I think it's saying you're allowed to fucking say you gotta cut your hair. Seems like a very overreach of a fucking school's limits.
You do have to cut your hair?
Yes. It was saying that, well, in this case, the school had a right to tell a girl to cut her hair.
Is it a private school?
I don't know. Let's see. I kind of want to find a non-narrative one, which is kind of going to be hard to find. Jamaica's High Court, you know what I'm saying? Ruled Friday that a school was within its right to demand that a girl cut her dreadlocks to attend classes, a surprise decision that touched on issues of identity and one of the most recognizable symbols of the island's Rastafarian culture. The ruling by the Supreme Court of Jamaica capped a 2-year battle after the girl, then 5 years old, was told she must cut her hair dreadlocks for hygiene reasons to study at Kensington Primary School in a Kensington suburb.
I'm out.
Hygiene.
If anyone tells me when I had dreadlocks, I was just waiting for someone to tell me to cut them, and then no, because I would have just left. And then I had that one job with that AT&T bullshit.
Yeah.
And I kind of expected someone to say something about it, but the guy was like, "Man, your hair is fucking cool, dude." And I was like, "All right."
So
thank you.
in this graph, it said for hygiene reasons. What if it was like she had hella lice?
Why didn't they just say that? And
Well,
also,
I think that's what they might be saying.
You don't have to shave your head to get rid of lice. You don't have to cut your hair to get rid of lice.
Yeah, I remember word, but like if you're in a classroom, dude, and you got a fucking lot of hair and a lot of lice, I could see that as a pretty hygienic reason for someone to say you got to cut your hair.
Dreadlocks are different than other hair in the way that, like, when something's stuck in your hair, it's stuck in your hair. The only way to get it out is to cut it. So I do see that, but a lot of people with dreadlocks wash their hair frequently. That's the reason why it's locked up,
Mm-hmm.
because it gets wet and then it dries.
Let's
So
see
why not
if we
just tell
can
her to fucking wash her hair?
delve more into this. A rights group, Jamaicans for Justice, had initially lent support to the family, saying the order for the girl to cut her dreadlocks amounted a denial of her freedom of expression and her access to education. Others viewed the court battle as a stand against rules seen as discrimination against people who wear natural hair, including Rastafarians whose dreadlocks are part of their religious tradition. The girl and her parents, Dale and Shireen Virgo, who both wear dreadlocks, plan to appeal, said their lawyer Isat Buchanan. I will not be cutting my daughter's hair, Shireen Virgo said immediately after the ruling. If they give me that ultimatum, I will be moving her. Virgo's daughter, now 7 years old and identified in court papers only as Z because she's a minor, was attending classes at the school after the courts delivered an injunction against the Ministry of Education, allowing her to go to school with her dreadlocks intact. When the school closed this spring because of the coronavirus pandemic, the girl was homeschooled. I was more than surprised. It is most unfortunate. The lawyer said it is the most unfortunate day for Black people and for Rastafarian people in Jamaica. The girl's father called the ruling another sign of systemic racism. A child was refused because of her black hair, said Dale Virgo. It's so weird that right now in the current climate of the world in 2020, we are having protests and Black people are fed up. It's an opportunity. The Jamaican government and the legal system had to right these wrongs and lead the world and make a change, he continued, but they have decided to keep the same system. The judgment was delivered in a small courtroom populated mainly by lawyers and the girl's parents. The Minister of Education, Carl Samuda, declined to comment on the ruling, which came on the eve of Emancipation Day, celebrated in Jamaica and elsewhere to mark the end of slavery in the British Empire. I'm very cautious about where I tread, he said, especially on a sensitive enough subject like that. Maureen Shepard, director of the Center of Reparation Research at the University of the West Indies, said the government is debating issues of student clothing and hairstyles, including dreadlocks. The Virgos say they do not identify as Rastafarian, but they say that wearing dreadlocks is an expression of their identity. All Virgo family members wear their natural hairstyle, as do many Jamaicans who identify as Rastafarian.
You see that video of that wrestler with dreadlocks? And he was
Yeah.
about to compete. That would have been really fucking terrible if he had lost that match, huh?
Did he win?
Yeah, he won.
I would have
cried.
done a fucking choke out on Mans with the nice little WWE move. Yeah, that was very touching. Didn't seem the most fucking
Fuck that bullshit. Did I tell you the
kind thing to
story
do.
about that lady who was doing my dreadlocks once, and she said, if you ever cut them and you change your mind, don't throw them away because I can put them back in?
Yeah.
Yeah. And that guy who won $80,000 because he won a discrimination case.
No.
Yeah, she was saying that she did this guy's hair, and then his job made him cut it. I think she said he worked at a bank or something. And then he sued them for discrimination, and he won 80 grand, and she put his hair back in.
Damn.
Yeah.
This is an interesting case. It didn't say anything about other than hygiene in that first graph, but I mean, yeah. I'm trying to remember because I remember I got fucking lice in elementary school, right? And I was sent to like a nurse and shit. And I can't remember what they told my parent to do. I know I had to like stay home,
It's pulling out the
but I
Rona.
wonder if they told them to like do anything specific or not. But that's
Shave it off.
interesting. Jamaica school says no dreadlocks. This also
That's
doesn't say if it's
weird.
private or not.
But damn.
Interesting case nonetheless.
All right. Well, we got to wrap it the F up. Thanks for
What's
listening,
up?
everybody. It was a pleasure.
Hey man, everybody fucking grow locks, dude. Don't matter if you're black, white, or Asian. Fucking can't say that. People won't like it.
Bro, if you're black, white, or Asian, go ahead and grow locks. Who gives a fuck? Who cares? If we didn't dabble in other cultures, then we wouldn't fucking live in America, bro. I ate Mexican food 2 hours ago. Is that cultural appropriation? Huh?
I mean,
I
you know,
enjoyed it.
there's history of like war and stuff.
If I
But
were
yes.
to if I were to cook up Mexican food right now, would that be cultural appropriation? Because I appreciate Mexican culture. People are too fucking they're gatekeeping the wrong things. So
What should we gatekeep?
I don't know. Nothing really. Fucking what do you gain by telling people, hey, you can't experience my culture? Like, I own this shit. Like,
You know,
especially if it's respectful. Especially if
sure.
you're trying to gain knowledge about the world. You notice it's always young people that are, my culture, mine. No,
Yeah,
mine.
it's kind of I mean, there's older cats that would try to, you know, get some security in the culture that they have.
I feel like older cats are like more open to like sharing their culture with other people. It's like you go over to your Mexican friend's house, and their fucking parents are like, oh, here, please try this food. Try this. What do you think of this dish? Do you like it? Yeah, do your parents eat this
I'm
too?
kind of thinking of it as not as like an individual thing. I'm thinking of like I said, a history of like war and stuff and governments. And so when you
But
get
like
like a
right
government
now,
overtaking governments, I would
okay.
say that someone might have a nice little security of someone's culture with government stuff.
Okay,
Does that
yeah,
not make
but
sense?
like that makes sense. But I feel like that's such like
I mean, that's still embedded in everyone's life.
that's still embedded. But do you think somebody who experienced that, an old person that experienced that, is like, I don't want anyone, especially young people, experiencing my culture because of what
I could
happened?
see a wariness of someone getting super
It's
into
like
someone's culture to overtake it.
everything you see, look around you. Everything you see, from the architecture to the music, was taken from other cultures.
Yeah,
So it's
isn't
like,
that a reason for some people to be like wary of other cultures taking cultural things?
no, that's a good thing. Look at what has come of it. So much good stuff. Food, music, fashion, culture,
Mm-hmm.
movies, jokes, writing, literature. The same thing. Like, what if you could only fucking in what's the word I'm looking for? Consume fucking stuff that white people make. How boring
Mm-hmm.
would that be? What if you weren't
Post
allowed to
Malone,
listen? What if you weren't
he's
allowed to listen to
stiff,
hip hop
dude.
ever again?
Dude,
What if you weren't allowed? The only
man,
music you were allowed to listen to is fucking, I don't know, what fucking music that white people make? Country music.
that's could be a non-white thing.
No rock, no hip hop, no fucking jazz, no blues, no EDM. Like, is listening
I
to music.
agree.
Like, come
I
on,
still agree
guys.
with my agreement as well.
I that's the first time someone's come up with that point. I feel like people are against cultural appropriation because they just want to feel like virtually high or morally
I
high.
think a lot of
But no one's ever
people,
brought up that
especially
point before to me.
like extreme people who are extreme with it, are super tied into the government overtaking of it. You're kind of looking at it as a Twitter POV of it.
Yeah, that's the only thing I care about. Because that's the only thing. That's the only thing I see. Like, no,
You're
no
very
old
Twitter POV oriented.
no old person has told me a story about the government overtaking their country, and that's why they're about. I've never had that experience,
I mean,
so I
yeah,
can't even relate to
that's
that.
kind of, I don't know.
No one has ever
Neither have I,
complained.
but I assume that some people might see it that way.
No one has ever because the people I see complaining about it are young, were born in
Because
America.
I mean, that's what happened with the Americas of like an assimilation of culture, and then fucking America happened, USA.
Yeah, But isn't that what it's supposed to be? A melting pot of everything?
I mean, in the idealistic good point of view of it, yeah.
Like I
And
can
if you
live
want
a
to take a bad point of view of it, then the melting culture of it is taking other people's shit and then
obviously
claiming
there's
it its own.
tension. Who's claiming stuff? Like some things are claimed as their own, but
I mean, as like, claiming as like, if you in the virtue signaling of America as in a good way, a melting pot is much of a virtue signal if you kind of bury a lot of the negative aspects to the government overtaking.
I'm exhausted. Let's end this. It's too much. Thanks for listening, everybody.
Valid points on two sides of
I need to
something.
take a nap. It's too extreme.
I mean, hey man, that's what it's all about. None of that fucking cookie cutter bullshit you see on Twitter.
It's like you could say, I'm okay with people wearing dreadlocks. Well, people are against it because I don't know.
You can say a lot of things. That's the point of seeing both views, hey?
Hey, all right. Good night, everybody. Good morning.
Later.
Later.
New Dark Racial.